this is slide guitar. Also, as well as, excuse me for just a second, I got to slide this onto the floor. I'm redoing the entirety of my slide series because I didn't get any likes, and I understand that because I didn't like them either. Just a case of rust and nerves, you know. I'm not gonna make any excuses. They sucked, and I you know, I haven't spoken to. I'm killed with live audiences, but that's a whole lot different than speaking into a little red dot on a camera that could be going any place in the world. So I was daunted, and big deal. It happens. So that was, you know, we're going to talk about slide guitar from a different perspective. I threw way too much material at you and played it poorly, frankly. So, you know, live and learn. And I did not mean to infer that slide guitar had to be played on a resonator like this. That's pretty much what these are made for. But slide guitar is not exclusive to resonator guitars. Example, you can go, this is a piece of ebony that was handmade for me by a luthier friend of mine, guitar builder from Milwaukee. Good old Garth. But you can go get one of the Grover ones that are aluminum for like $1.50. They're probably $10 now, but they used to be $1. And these slide under the strings here. If you want to play slide on your acoustic guitar, you don't need to have any specialized equipment if you have a guitar. You can play them on a Strat, a Tele, you know, import, export, it doesn't matter. Or, you know, I prefer resonator guitars because that, again, is what they were designed to do. Okay, so we talked about the old paradigm is, do you like glass or metal? That didn't even follow a chord progression. I was just noodling to get loose. This is metal. This is a piece of pipe with 90% of the finish worn off of it, which I think was nickel. I have no idea what it would have been used for. It's even got grooves in it. I like metal to a certain extent. I prefer glass. I make these out of wine bottles. If you want to learn how, email me. I don't want to eat up my time or your time doing that. Glass has a softer, mellower timbre, and you can still get bite out of it if you lean on it. So. That's a little piece of the way Eric Clapton does Robert Johnson. Again, that was a little rough around the edges, but I'm trying not to eat through the clock. So with so much subterfuge, we'll stick to the script. You can either choose metal or glass. You can get store-bought ones. These Medicine, I had to go out and buy this one so that I could show it in the video. These Medicine bottle ones have one advantage, or two, they're glass, they're seamless. My wine bottle slides have a seam in them, and you have to avoid that or they get really noisy. Sometimes it's fun to use that to your advantage, but these are good for, like, well, I can't play with a slide in the other hand. These are good for like really good for pull-offs, especially with this 90-degree edge right here. So, moving right along, the most important thing, and you're going to need to choose which finger you want to wear it on. I prefer the pinky. I cannot play slide guitar with my ring finger. For two reasons. I play a lot of chords behind the slide, which I blew through on those other videos. Didn't tell you how. You know, I'm a guitar teacher, but I'm a face-to-face guitar teacher, so forgive me. The most important thing is muting, or you're going to sound terrible. You're going to get all this. Can you hear the extraneous noise? At any rate, you have to mute, and in order to eliminate that or avoid that. So if you can, lay these two fingers behind the slide. Now there's also, that's what I would call finger muting or just muting. There's also pick muting if you're going to do fast stuff like. If you did that without. Staccato stuff. Has to be pick muted. The purpose of slide guitar among folklorists and musicologists and people that think they know something about slide guitar, I happen to be in agreement with them, is the purpose of slide was when the slaves were trying to, they take knives and put the guitar in what they called their chord. I play an open G or standard. But the purpose of slide is to imitate. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, the human voice. So there are two styles of attack, pretty much legato and staccato. And lastly, today we're going to talk about vibrato. If you could see when I was playing the Weissenborn, I roll my vibratos, and you can't do that. Put it on your pinky. We'll be playing behind the slide chords before you know it. I'll teach them to you the right way. You want to split the fret with the slide. Exactly. It should be right over it, and that's your best intonation. You don't want to be doing this, which I was doing when I was making those first videos, because I was so damn tired. I have MS too. My meds kind of make me a little. So avoid what I call the clown vibrato or the circus vibrato. That's these guys that over exaggerate it, like in that Clapton thing. That just doesn't get it, man. That's nowhere. Etc. So avoid. In other words, you don't want to go ahead of that fret with this slide, or you're getting into like this is C. Well, if you get into here, that's B flat territory. So you want to just stay within the C zone. And that's quite enough for today. Please give me a like. My feelings are getting pretty busted up. But like I say, admittedly, I didn't like them either. And then we're going to start progressively teaching micro skills behind the chord slides. Or chords rather, behind the slide chords. I said that backwards, but I couldn't do it 10 times in a row. Jazz chords, Freddie Green chords, scales, licks, songs. But we're going to do it the right way, like hopefully today was. My name is Santiago Calderon. It's actually James Santiago Calderon, but there's too many cats named Santiago Calderon or James Calderon, both in the world, so I had to put the dot in there and use my middle name. But everybody calls me Santiago anyway. I can't think of anything else other than God bless and thank you. Give me another chance. I'm being real honest here. It was just rust and nerves. God bless. Come back and see me. Like me. Tell your friends to come on and like me. I don't get a penny for doing this. I'm just wanting, I have a desire to teach. I used to teach a lot of face-to-face guitar. COVID kind of put the snafu on that. I'll be gigging again. I'm recording a CD. You know, la ti da, big deal. Anybody can do that. But I really have a heart for teaching and songwriting. So come back and see me. Adios. Bye-bye.